What is up, guys? Dakota here, and welcome back to the Driven Mad channel, and welcome back to the 392. So in today's video, what I thought we'd do is just kind of give you guys an update on how the Wrangler is doing after about 7,000 miles or so, and just kind of my mod plans for it, and like I said, just kind of an overall update on how the 392 has been. Kicking things off right away, mechanically, I just haven't had any issues with this thing. There are a lot of people that are kind of skeptics of a first year model thing, where this is the first year model with a completely different engine, and they get kind of skeptical and think that that means that something's going to blow up. After 7,000 miles, nothing's blown up, so that's pretty good. I have done one oil change, which was free, because when you buy a Wrangler, you get the Jeep Wave program, which technically gives you 4 oil changes. But if you guys were following me when I was giving you guys updates on my two-door JL, I ended up getting like 6 oil changes for free out of that, which again, I didn't pay for. It came with the car, but on the 7th one, they finally caught that they gave me too many and charged me for the 7th one. So, ooh, GT500, that's cool. Got distracted. Anyways, so as far as mechanical things go, I haven't really had any issues at all with it. There's been no weird things going on with the engine, nothing going on with the valves from the exhaust, you know, where they're getting stuck open or closed. The only thing mechanically that I will say that I currently have an issue with is it just needs an alignment, but that happens to every car. So, because if I keep the wheel straight, it pulls to the right quite a bit. But again, I just need to find the time to go to the dealer and get that done. Other than that, though, it's been solid, and as a daily, it's also very solid, minus the fuel, because this thing drinks fuel. When you drive it in the city, holy crap, it is a gasaholic. On the highway, it's not too bad, but around town, stop and go traffic, it just drinks fuel. But yeah, overall it's held up really well. There's no top rattling, which my two-door didn't do that either, and that's got now 50-something thousand miles on it. This doesn't have any weird rattles going on as of yet, and hopefully none happen, which, spoiler alert, isn't quite the case with my Bronco. But so far it's held up really well. We've done quite a few road trips in it, and it's awesome as a road trip car. It handles really well. The ride quality is excellent for a Wrangler. It is excellent, and yeah, so far it's been great. So now what we'll do is we'll head back to the garage, and I'll kind of talk about some of the mod plans that I have, which may or may not change, but just kind of what I've currently got in my head at the moment for what I want to do to it, and kind of how I want this build to be, like what I want it to be. So I will see you guys back at the garage. Alright guys, so as far as mods go for the Jeep, I do have a few things in mind. None of it is really super crazy, but I just thought I would share it with you guys, and maybe you guys can share some stuff back with me, and you know, we'll see how it goes. So the first mod is, if you can call it that, I actually already have it. It's sitting over there, and if you follow me on Instagram, you'll have seen that I made a post about it, and it's the headliner kit from Hot Head Headliners. I'm going to put in this. I have that same headliner kit for my two-door JL, and I really like it. It helps with, you know, a little bit of sound, a little bit of temperature regulating. It also makes the sound system a little bit better, as well as making just the top and the interior look a bit more complete. So figured, why not go ahead and do it for the 392. You know, it's held up really well on my two-door, so like I said, figured it'd be the first thing to do with the 392. Second thing is something that's over here. I want to address these guys, just because personally I feel like Jeep should have done this from the factory, because again, this particular Wrangler was not cheap. None of them really are anymore, but this particular one was very close to the same price as my C8 Corvette. You know, it was like $77,000 or so. And in my opinion, Jeep should have put 35s on this from the factory, not come out with it, then come out with a recon package, and then that still not be standard for a 392. It should have been that way from the factory, so that's what I'm gonna do. because there's plenty of room. This thing already has a inch lift over a regular Rubicon, which holds 35s no problem. So I'm gonna do 35. Still sticking with KO2s just because if you guys follow my channel, you guys do know that I am a fan of the KO2s. I just think they're the best kind of all-around tire. They're good on-road, they're great off-road, and they're extremely durable. I have not had one fail on me as of yet, knock on wood. So that's what I'm gonna go with, just slightly larger. Instead of 33s, go to 35s. And some wheels that kind of match the rest of the bronze accenting with the rest of the Wrangler. So, and give it a little bit more offset. I'm gonna stay the same size. We're not doing 20s or anything like that. That's not my thing on it, at least not on a Wrangler or any off-road vehicles. I think 18 and below is where it's at. So that's kind of what I'm gonna do. And I'm not gonna go with bead locks just because I personally don't need them for the type of wheeling that I do at the moment, because I don't get to go as often as I would like, simply because I have a real job that takes up about 70 hours of my time, so a week. So gonna go with that. Will I do a lift later on in larger tires? Probably, but I'm not gonna do a lift until there's one that's come out that is specifically designed for the 392, and that's about a 2.5 inch lift or so. I don't want to do anything really higher than that. And then if I do that lift, then we'll probably go to 37s and re-gear. I'm getting ahead of myself. So at the moment, it's going to be stock suspension, just larger tires, just give it a bit more clearance, a bit better stance. Then the next thing that I'm kind of toying with is an exhaust upgrade. Now, I'm still on the fence with that, just because it's not like this thing isn't already loud enough as it is. It has a very good sound for being bone stock. But part of me is like, well, maybe just a little bit more, and plus having it look a little bit nicer. But then also part of me is like, well, why do I want it to look nicer if when I go off-road, it's most likely just gonna get damaged? So I'm not entirely sure. And then the only way I would get one is if it still kept the valve, the open and closing valve, so you can make it louder or quieter. If you guys have seen, which I'm sure you guys have, Marco Overland X had a similar system for his, and he got a skid plate for it. So I might look at that. But I'm still kind of on the fence about that. I'm not entirely sure. The next thing would be, I do want to put a roof rack on the Wrangler, but I don't want one that you have to drill into the top. I want one that kind of mounts onto the little rain gutters there. And it's mainly for one, the biggest reason is, since again, I don't go off-road 24/7, I'm not doing this full-time to where I get to go in and enjoy stuff like that all the time. I don't want it to be permanently fixed to the roof. When I'm not using it, and I know I'm not going to be using it for like a month or two, I want to be able to take it off and not have it on there. So if you guys know of a good roof rack system that mounts up there, leave a comment down below, let me know. Because I kind of want to have one of those and put like a rooftop tent on there or something that I can swap back and forth, that use that tent on this, then use it on the Bronco, whatever. So that's kind of what I'm looking at. The next thing is, I kind of, being that this is the only, at the moment, only 4-door vehicle that is in the garage, I'm not going to do anything that's going to get rid of the rear seats, but I do want to get a goose gear plate system for the back cargo area, just because A, it'd be a little bit more durable than carpet, and B, then I can mount a slide for the fridge in there and pull it kind of in and out, just make it a little bit easier. And then trips to Home Depot or whatever, throwing stuff in the back, I'm not going to be worried about messing up the carpet back there. So that's one thing that I'm kind of toying with. The only other thing that's kind of remotely on my mind is maybe just a different rear bumper that's 100% steel as opposed to steel through some of it and then plastic at the ends. The front bumper, I have no plans to do anything with that because I think it looks good. You can remove the end caps to get more clearance, so that's fine. So really it's just that rear one that I'm kind of contemplating. Other than that though, not a whole lot of changes at the moment. Again, this might change 6 months from now and we might go full, I don't even know, just full crazy build on it. But at the moment, I'm just kind of leaning toward a more mild approach, something that's very clean and would look like it would almost come from the factory. I don't want anything that looks a bit too in your face or too hideous. So anyways, guys, that's kind of the main thing. If you guys have any suggestions, please leave a comment down below and let me know. I'm definitely open to it. And yeah, other than that, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. So if you're wanting to buy one of these and you're wanting to know some mod ideas or how it's held up after 7,000 miles in about 4 or 5 months, you know, I hope this helped. If it did, make sure you give it a like and subscribe. And if you do subscribe, click that bell notification so you get notified for more videos. And I will see you guys in the next one. Take care.